Here we are back in some of my old stomping grounds in Southwest Virginia. We're back at Clinch Mountain Wildlife Management Area, better known as Big Tumbling to most of the locals around here, because it's Big Tumbling Creek. This is where I learned to pretty much fish and trout fish pretty much. This is just an old trout stream that's been here for years and years, but I'm going to be doing some trout fishing and taking you back to some of my old fishing spots and places I've fished ever since I've been just a little boy old enough to hold a fishing pole. So we hope you enjoy this edition. Big Tumbling Creek trout fishing in Southwest Virginia. Let's go trout fishing. Well, all right, we're here at Big Tumbling Creek. I'm getting ready to take you down to one of my favorite spots. You know, I've got a lot of favorite spots on this creek, but this is one that I always come to first because it's right here close to the entrance. And I always get down here, even if they don't stock down. They stocked that down through here today, but even if they didn't stock anywhere, I just come down here about any day of the week and catch at least a couple to start out with. But today we're going to be fishing with rooster tails, hopefully, unless we have to switch over to something else. But most of the time, 90% of the time, I come up here and catch a limit pretty quick just on the old-fashioned rooster tails. And I only have like a couple of colors that I even bring with me. And usually when back when I lived here and I come up here a lot, I would just go to Walmart and buy like 7 or 8 rooster tails, shove in my pocket. Wouldn't even bring no bag or wouldn't bring no tackle or nothing. Just bring 7 or 8 rooster tails with me, a couple colors with me, and and limit out in 2 or 3, 4 hours, whatever the case. And a lot of times would just catch them and throw them back, if I didn't want to limit out real quick. And so this is kind of the colors that I use here. This is a silver, or you can get white, but I only bring usually in this creek, I usually bring just yellow. As you can see here, this yellow. And this silver, or I bring this bumblebee color, what they call bumblebee. It's really, really good. I've caught a lot of big trout and a lot of good trout up over the years with this bumblebee. So usually that's about the only colors. If you can get a white coach dog, that's really good, or a yellow coach dog. Them's really good colors also. But usually white and yellow, it's about all I bring up here with me. And you can just have a blast. So we're going to get down here and hopefully start catching some trout. So y'all come along with us while we rooster tail fish for mountain trout. They can. They will.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hey, finally got one. Yeah, a nice rainbow. Actually a really nice one. Wow, that is a really nice one. If I can get him. Yep. Yep. You can get down there. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, don't push too much line on him. Whoa. Oh, man. God. Ouch. Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice little rainbow there. Whoa. These trout are so slick. Hard to hold on to them sometimes, especially these bigger ones. That's a little bit bigger than what I like to eat, but you know what? That's pretty good trout. I like them little ones to eat, but I'll take this anytime. Thank you. Woo! Yes. There's another one. Yellow. Little brook trout. He fell in the water earlier and I think he's kind of... There you go. I catch them, you string. Well, we got enough to eat at least. That one may probably big enough for us. Well, I can't tell you how many times that I've come up here and caught so many trout out of this first little hole right here. And sometimes if they've stocked like they have today, you can about limit out right here, or I have. But I don't think they hit this hole today. I think they stocked on below us there. But you can always catch what I call stragglers from last week's stocking and all the other weeks, because they stock this a couple times a week all down through here. So there's always a lot of trout. And one of the things that I do with these spinners is as I try, of course, to throw into the steel little pockets and then try to slow that lure down once it gets close to anywhere you think if there's, you know, trout that could be laying. Trout like to always lay against the shady rock, or so I always try to throw and bring that lure right across any kind of shady point of a rock or anything, and it always kind of helps, you know, keep in striking distance. Sometimes trout are real finicky, and they don't like to go very far a lot of times for anything. So you got about put it right on their nose sometime. I fished this place for 30 some years. There's always people up here. But what I like about here, what I like about this place more than I would like some state park where they're always stocking trout every day or whatever, and it's more of a commercial thing. This really isn't a commercialized like fishing. It's really very beautiful scenery, as you can see, and we'll show you a lot of scenery today. But you can see a lot of good scenery. You notice I'm fishing with a small little rod. I don't like to bring a big, long 6.5, 7, 8 foot rod up here, you know, like a big fly rod or anything with a little spinning reel on it. I know a lot of guys like that, and if you like that, that's good. You know, but I like these little 5 foot trout rods, I call them. The little ultralight with a little ultralight reel, and it's because I like to spin fish a lot, you know, spinners. So it's just easier casting. Now, if you're bait fishing like salmon eggs or power bait or anything like that, a long rod might do fine, where you're just kind of dabbling over these little holes, and if you're wade fishing, but where you got a lot of these overhanging branches and you're kind of in the woods most of the time, you can underhand cast and get into places where a lot of people with big rods can't go.
Got hung up here. Get him unhung here. I got hung up here. There we go. I got him. I got him. All right, we got another one. Looks like, yeah.
Woo, got me hung up there.
Whew. Nice little.
Woo, got me around that rock there.
I thought I was going to lose him. Nice little brook trout, or brown trout. I don't know.
He'll eat.
Guarantee you that. Oh! All right. I had another one chasing it there. And there's 2 or 3 right under this rock here. Looks like. Come on, there he is. Come on, get it. Dang, he followed that thing all the way. Oh, that was cool. He's like, come on. He was just like, huh? I seen him, he's following it, and I seen him. Now he's being all freaky. Sucker just won't take it. There. Hey, that's man, I mean, that was like 6 or 7, 8 trouts for that trout. Man, he just kept attacking it, but he wouldn't get hooked. He's big enough. I don't know why he wouldn't. Look at that. Oh, he's got a hook down there. He's already been caught. Well, he ain't gonna be caught no more. It's going in the skillet.